for joining on time. Welcome to Masterclass on Detail Engineering. Probably a complex subject or a bigger subject rather than saying a complex subject. It's a bigger subject. Probably if we start somewhere, we may not be able to finish. But what we will do, let's slightly focus on only few points, and then pretty much we will try to conclude in probably like the time which we have. So let's focus 60 minutes. Let's talk about what we need to talk about. Let's jump straight into the topic. So, detail engineering design, when we say, obviously, we need to ask the very first question whether it is a brown field or is it a green field, right? Any idea what is green field, what is brown field? If you have the answer, just put it in the chat. If you know the answer, what is green field, what is brown field? Any idea? If you know the answer, just put it the answer in the chat. Like, I mean, so say if you do not know the answer, just put don't know. That's absolutely fine. Wow. Thank you so much for all the answers. So the answers which we are getting from different peoples, let me read it. Greenfield start from bare land. Oil and gas is brownfield. Green from scratch, brown in existing. Fresh substation, green. New versus upgrade. Greenfield, new projects. Greenfield, entire new construction. Brownfield, existing station need to modification. Don't know. Thank you so much for being honest. Retrofit, upgrade, brownfield. Brownfield, existing plant update. Greenfield from the concept. Brownfield is from upgrade. All right. I guess like to an extent we got the answer. So, what is greenfield and what is brownfield? When you say the project which starts from the concept, like at the very base level, means to say you are identifying a new land, means to say new design, and there is no constraints with respect to the existing infrastructure. That's greenfield. So you're starting afresh. Everything is new. There is no constraints or there is no need of coordination with already existing facilities. That is greenfield. What is brownfield? Already something is existing. Either you are modifying it, you are adding it, you are deleting it. All those things are brownfield. So probably like only small correction which I need to probably make, means we are thinking that brownfield means always an addition, not necessary. Brownfield could be an addition, modification, and deletion. It can be anything. Deletion is also a brownfield projects. So if you are starting from the scratch, there is no facilities which is existing. So you are designing everything new, and there is no constraints from because of the existing facilities. That is greenfield projects. There is something which is already existing. You are modifying or adding or deleting. So that means existing facility, you need to thoroughly understand. Existing facility probably put up a constraints on you cannot do something, you cannot do something, etc., etc. That is brownfield project. So I'm clearly using the statement facility. It could be a substation, it could be a power plant, it could be a process industry, it could be a commercial building, it could be anything. Right? Let's not probably like put it to some specific bucket. When I say facility, it is a common term. It can be anything. It can be anything which, with respect to our detail engineering, which we are talking about the electrical sense. So any facility which has an electrical infrastructure, like I mean to say, that probably like means we can classify into greenfield projects and the brownfield projects. Even as simple as that, you are constructing a new house, greenfield projects. You have already a house and you are adding one more floor or you are modifying it. That's a brownfield. If you have understood the difference between greenfield and a brownfield, just put GB. G stands for green, B stands for brown in chat, GB in chat. Yes. All right. That's great. After classifying greenfield and the brownfield projects, now let's ask a simple question. Which one is easy? Which one is complex? Which one is easy? Which one is complex? Which one is complex? Which one is easy? Right? As I told, greenfield, there is no constraints because of existing facilities. You're starting from the scratch, right? You are riding your vehicle where nobody else is available in the road. That's a greenfield projects. What is brownfield projects? You're riding the same vehicle, but there's a heavy traffic. You have to probably look at multiple other things. That's probably brownfield projects. Greenfield projects, you are playing like with the free hands, whereas the brownfield projects, your hands are tied, your legs are tied, right? Like that's it. So greenfield project is extremely easy, whereas a brownfield project is extremely tough. Right? Like I mean, so say once you probably like jumped in a brownfield projects, then you can understand like the difficulties. Right. So if that's clear, greenfield is easy and brownfield is difficult. Just put CC in chat. I know it is basics, but let's start with that. If that's clear. Having said that, let's little bit deep dive into uh, greenfield projects. There are some greenfield projects which you can start that can come in stages. Stage one this year, stage two next year, stage three probably 3 years down the line. So when we talk about a greenfield projects not necessarily has to be a single uh, like kind of an event which starts, finish, and that's going to be there perfectly for the entire life of that time. Most of the greenfield projects, though it is a greenfield, this will not probably start and has an end. There might be probably planning for the future. So that means you call it stage one, stage two, stage three, or phase one, phase two, phase three, whatever it is. So even in a greenfield, you can probably like divide the greenfield projects into two. Greenfield projects which do not have any further future plan, that is phases or stages, versus a greenfield project which has further stages or phases where the extension is going to come. So greenfield projects can have two split ups, start, end, start, phase one, phase two, phase three. So what I mean by that, when you are designing your phase one, you need to probably look at the expectations from phase two and phase three. Then accordingly, you have to design or optimize your systems. If that is clear, just 1, 2, 3 in chat. 1, 2, 3 stands for like I mean to say one you can start and end. That is clear greenfield projects, very start point, end point. Whereas it is not necessarily some other greenfield projects where you start phase one, phase two, phase three. You can go for like means to say further phases also. When the number of stages or number of phases are increasing, that's going to increase the complexity as well. So when we talk about this, what we are talking about, we are talking about Maybe a power plant, thermal power plant, hydro plant, nuclear plant, gas-based plant, power plant, renewables, solar, wind, maybe battery energy storage system, hydrogens. Maybe we can talk about substation. We can talk about process industries, steel, cement, tire, paper, pulp. We can talk about data centers. We can talk about hospitals. We can talk about commercial buildings. We can talk about large apartments. So when we say this, so the statement is a generic statement common for all these facilities. So it is not necessarily has to be a single specific this one, and it's common for everything. If that's clear, just put CC in chat. What are the facilities which we are talking about? Because we are not really restricted our dimension to any of these facilities. Like means if you're working in any of this facility, like means so you might be thinking it is only that. It's not necessary. It could be a source of a power generation. It could be a transmission of a power generations. It could be an utilization of a power generation. It could be a distribution of a power generations. Any facility and all the facilities which we are talking about. And having said that, I'm just going back to the slides and let me ask one small help. Just put comment for better reach to this post so that this post will reach out to many more peoples. Just go and hit. Just go and hit comment for better reach so that it can reach out. This post can reach out to many peoples. And we will go to the next topic. If you're done, just put done in chat. Just go and hit comment for better reach. And if you're done, just put done in chat. All right. Thank you so much for all those who are putting comment for better reach. I guess like my sure. So that will probably help the peoples to reach out to this post. All right. Now let's look at like what are the stages of the project. So I mean, so say rather than probably like going for a complex maybe data centers or a oil and gas or a process industry, let's talk about if you want to build your own house, necessarily you will go through all the stages: pre-feasibility, feasibility, concept, feed, detailed design, EPC, right? And probably like means further, like I mean to say installation, testing, commissioning, operation, handover. Like I have not really talked about because like that's not related to design. So I have limited to the design. When you have decided to construct a home for you, whether you will buy probably like means it's a land and you will start, definitely not, right? What you will do, you will decide where to buy a land, whether to buy uh like I mean to say built house or probably like buying a land and probably constructing on your own, whether it is 1 BHK or 2 BHK or is it a villa. What's the capital investment which is needed? Whether it is nearby an airport, nearby a railway station, nearby a bus stop, do we have medical facilities nearby? Like you will do quite a lot of R&D, right? Like you will not directly like I mean to say invest like I mean to say entire your life investment on a home without thinking all these things. So first step when it comes to your project, you will be talking about pre-feasibility. You have like only 0.1 percentage of the capital money to construct your home. You will not even think about it, right? At least when you have like 10 percentage or 15 percentage of the capital investment which you are thinking about your dream home, then you will start the projects, right? So means what to say, you will be actually the same thing, probably bigger scale from pre-feasibility, probably from a customer perspective. If a customer want to put up like 500 megawatt solar plant, customer want to put up like 100 megawatt wind farm, or like means to say customer want to put up a steel industry with like means to say 10 metric ton per annum, or customer want to put up a data center, or like I mean to say customer want to put up like some commercial buildings, or like means to say some of the new projects, say airport. So means to say the project starts with pre-feasibility, where you will be trying to check whether the project is technically feasible and commercially viable, and like means to say yes, something like that is what is pre-feasibility. Definitely you will check the technical feasibility, and of course you will check the commercial viability. You will finalize at the high level, at the high level, like means to say what is going to be what. That's what you will discuss. And the free feasibility study will help you to tell whether you can go to the next stage or probably not to go for a next stage. As I told, if you do not have a money, if you're already paying a car EMI, or probably like I mean to say education EMI, you will not really think of like I mean to say I mean to say construct your own home, right? Like so, kind of pre-feasibility when you are doing, then like means to say you will decide, okay, this car loan will be over by this month, and probably like means to say education loan will be over by next year. Then I will be saving at least this much percentage of money. Then probably like means to say uh, probably like 2029 I will start constructing my home. So yeah, it's a pre-feasibility study example. It's quite simple. What's the example which I have given is a pre-feasibility study. And whether to go for uh, purchasing a land today and constructing my dream home in 2030, or probably buying an apartment in probably well very defined beautiful means to say contractor who was doing a fabulous job, whether it has to be in a ground floor, if it's an apartment, whether it is to be in a ground floor or it should be in the mid of this, or whether I'm looking for an independent villa. These are all deciding all these things are a pre-feasibility study. Deciding all these things are pre-feasibility study. You decide at a high level, means to say on that time, like you will not decide like means to say window has to be in yellow color. You will not decide it. Like what is the image which has to come in your door, you will not decide it. So means to say what's the stage at which you are discussing about your commercials, your like means a high level, like where it should be, like means what's the methodology which you're going to, like this is basically a pre-feasibility study. If pre-feasibility study is clear, just put PF, pre-feasibility, in chat. I'm just probably giving an example of your house just to relate. The same thing is true for some other facilities as well. If pre-feasibility is clear, just put PF in chat. All right. So let's give, like I mean to say pre-feasibility, like means to say a little more example from the industry perspective. Uh, when we talk about a data center, like means to say in which location we have to put a data center, like this is a feasibility or a pre-feasibility study. And like means to say uh, data center, whether we are putting it for our own internal use, or probably like we are going to construct a data center and we are going to give it for rent for somebody. Is there enough peoples to take this data center which is constructed by us for a rent, whether it is going to give a revenue? So these are all something on the pre-feasibility study. If you're talking about a solar plant, whether any power purchase agreement works technically and commercially, means to say whether we have sufficient land or whether we need to buy a land, whether purchasing the land in that particular state or a city or a country, is it like means to say feasible and viable. So these are all something comes in a pre-feasibility stage. Means to say moving from pre-feasibility stage to a feasibility stage, extending the same example. Pre-feasibility, at least you will decide a location, at least you would decide like means to say like some major technical parameters, and you will evaluate the commercial viability and technical feasibility, and you will decide whether it is moved to next stage or not. In a feasibility, you will go further depth. You will be finding out like maybe more additional informations, right? Then probably like means to say we can call it like a concept stage or a front end engineering design. Like means to say it all depends upon like what's the size of the projects. Like means to say if you're talking about some large projects, essentially the project goes through all the stages. But if a project is a standard projects, it may not really go through all the stages. So what is feed? So detailed design is what we are going to talk about. That is complete engineering. Even before you are doing a detailed design, you will do a front end engineering design where like you will try to finalize and figure it out. Like I mean, say almost the electrical structure, at what voltage you are going to get the power supply from, what's the standard transformer ratings which we are going to use, what are the voltage levels which we are going to use, what's the different configuration which you are going to use. This are all something we'll conclude in the concept and feed stage. And like what we have designed there, that we will elaborate in the detailed design stage. If that's clear, just put CC in chat. Pre-feasibility, feasibility, concept, feed. These are all like the stages which is way before the actual detailed design comes into picture. Detail engineering design, actually you will be doing the sizing of the cable. You will be doing the like I mean to say sizing of the transformer. You will be doing the sizing of a diesel generator. You will be like I mean to say preparing the data sheet of the equipments. You will be preparing the specification of the equipments. You will be sending to like multiple vendors, multiple bidders. You will then probably like means to say you will order to that particular like means to say equipment manufacturers. Then you will ask the drawings from them, documents from them. You will validate that, you will comment it or you will approve it. Then probably like you will give a manufacturing clearance so that the manufacturer manufactures it. After the manufacturing, like means to say they will transport it to the site. Like means to say site coordination, installation, testing, commissioning, handover. So this is engineering. It starts probably from the actual project engineering starts and ends when probably the project is over and handed over to the next party. If that's clear, just put CC in chat. If that's clear, just put CC in chat. Or if you have any questions, post the questions as well. 20 minutes or 23 minutes from the start of the session. If there is any questions, cool. Right. Feed is front-end engineering design. EPC is engineering, procurement, and construction. So maybe we will discuss little more on like what are the different ways the projects can be awarded. Say example, I want to construct a I want to construct a like means to say 500 megawatt solar plant. I'm probably going with an EPC contract. Like means I'm appointing XYZ. I'm paying the money. They have to do the engineering, they have to do the procurement, they have to do the construction, they have to complete everything, and they have to give it to me. This is called EPC. There is something called boot. If you have heard boot, just put boot in chat. If not, just put DK in chat. If you are aware of like boot, BOOT. If you are aware of boot, just put BOOT. If not, like just put DK. Don't know in chat. All right. Build. own, operate, and transfer. Thank you so much, Sivam. Build, own, operate, and transfer. That is boot. So means to say the projects can have like I mean to say multiple methods. Projects can have multiple methods. What I mean by multiple methods, you can probably like if you're an owner, like I mean to say, if I want to like I mean to say construct my dream house, like I have multiple choices. I can probably like I mean to say uh, appoint a like I mean to say some builder who constructs or who takes care of everything for me. That's an EPC contract. Or I can probably like means to say buy each and every equipments on my own, and probably I can appoint peoples, and then probably like I will monitor review what they are doing, and then probably like means I'll appoint as consultant also to probably design etc etc. That also I can do. Similar fashion, say example, I have uh, like money. Then I want to invest that money in a solar plant. What's the way? If I'm going for an EPC, like means to say, I will appoint some EPC contractor, design this 500 megawatt solar plant for me. So that's simple. That is EPC. But on the other side, like means what I can do means to say I can do my own engineering. And then probably like means to say I can split this solar plant into multiple 500 megawatt solar plant. I've activated 400 kV. So 400 kV substation, a package. Transmission line for a 20 kilometers where the nearby substation is there. That's another package. Power transformers, another package. 33 kV switchgear, another package. 33 kV cables, other package. Inverter duty transformers, other package. Solar inverter, another package. Panels, solar panels, another package. Earthing system, another package. Lighting system, another package. So means what to say? For each and every package, I can probably do the engineering if I have the manpower, if I have the capability, if I have the knowledge, expertise, etc. I can do it. Then probably like I can create a specification for each and everything. I can probably directly approach that equipment manufacturer who supplies that particular equipment. I can coordinate all all the suppliers. Then like means to say buying this equipment. Nowadays, like means to say owners are not really ready to do that because they do not have a sufficient manpower, they do not have an expertise, or probably like means they do not want to take that risk, right? So uh, rather than doing probably like each and every equipment engineering, so they are probably like okay to go with an EPC where they will probably like write a complete specification and then throw it to the market and decide what is like means needed for them at a high level, and then probably they will appoint owners engineers to review the EPC contractor's job is okay or not, right? So that's a kind of like means options. There is an option always whether you want to do the projects like I mean to say in a packages, or whether you want to do it in an EPC, whether you want to do it in a boot. What is boot? Like I mean to say you will just give a land, or like you will be having some agreement. The person will come, he build it, you will not pay any money. He will own it, he will operate it, and after a certain time he will transfer that to you. So this is like I mean to say when I say like they transfer, like that they will transfer to the real owner maybe after running this for like 10 years or 20 years or even more. So the projects you can do it in probably like a different ways. Why I'm talking about this, because you need to understand like means to say when you have like all the stages, means to say whether you are working for whom. That's most important question to be asked. So if I'm opening a Word file, you can be the owner, like roles. When I say you, for whom you are working, you can be working for an owner. You can be working for owner consultant. You can be working for an EPC, engineering procurement construction contractor, EPC contractor. You might be working for an EPC consultant, like means to say EPC appoints a consultant. You can work for an EPC consultant. You can be original equipment manufacturer. You can be original equipment manufacturer. You can be a specialist offering some of the specialized services or solutions. You might be like I mean so say doing installation contractor. When I say installation contractor, like you can be probably doing like uh installing the equipments, then probably like testing the equipments, commissioning the equipments, then probably like checking this. So you might be working probably for owner, you might be working for an owner consultant, you might be working for an EPC, you might be working for an EPC consultant, you might be working for original equipment manufacturers, you might be working as a specialist who can support either owner consultant or an EPC consultant or OEM. Like means when you're a specialist, you can probably support anybody, or you can work as an installation contractor. Like means you have like multiple roles whom you are working. If that's clear, just put CC in chat and like let's go and see some of the previous assignments or some syllabus. If that's clear, just put CC in chat. What is honors engineers? I'm coming to that. Cool. So I'm just once again requesting, if you feel the session is adding a value, just go and hit comment for better reach. Also ensure that when you're commenting for a better reach, ensure that you're connected to me by clicking these three dots, and probably like connect option will pop up there. Right. There will be option, follow option will be there, but like ensure that you're connecting with me as well. So I'm just putting my LinkedIn from there itself, the post itself, you can try, but like means to say, I can show you a direct link as well, connect with. So what I'm doing next, probably like I'm just going to our course and then probably looking at some of the assignments which we have given, some of the assignments which we have given, and like I mean to say, the answers for it as well. So the steel engineering training which we have offered earlier, like I mean to say, there are multiple uh, multiple editions which we have done. So if you are able to see my screen, steel engineering edition 4, batch 1, batch 2, right? Maybe this is batch 3, right? So this is like I mean to say, I have picked up steel engineering design, like multiple batches which we have done. So like means to say, even if you look at like means to say different sectors, so like means to say there were about like means to say 103 assignees. There were about 35 people submitted it, and all the 35 assignments has been reviewed. And if you want to look at like what is this assignment, the assignment is quite simple. Looks simple at least. I guess like this is the syllabus of the that particular edition, which we have done last year. It is 14th September. List down the organizations working as a consultant, EPC, owner, original equipment, etc. for various sectors like data centers, solars, oil and gas, etc. So let's pick it up. Some of the assignments, how this assignments looks like. I'm just probably going little more something. Some of the assignments has been approved. Some assignments has been like resubmit requested, which means like means that's not really uh like up to the mark or something. So what is this assignment? Let's probably look at some of the assignments, right? So list of 5 owners, consultants, EPC contractors, subcontractors, and OEM for each sector. Some of the reference file which has been given. That reference file says this. It has listed down like sectors like oil and gas, data centers, process industries, like thermal power plants, combined cycle plants, right? IT parks, shopping malls, large scale apartments, airports, ports. Like these are all like sectors, or this is what like I have defined as a facilities. Like owner, consultant, EPC, subcontractor, original equipment manufacturers. Like this is like what we have listed, and like this is a sample files which we have given. Let's pick it up one of the assignment from one of the participant. Right, it's just a base level, right? Status is approved, and like that individual has submitted something like this. So he has picked up oil and gas, data centers, and like I mean to say airports, like four different industries he has picked up. He has listed out owner, consultant, EPC contractor, subcontractor, original equipment manufacturers. Why this exercise? To start with a project, because you need to really understand, like I mean to say, what's your role in a project, and accordingly you have to decide what you need to do. And somebody has asked a question, like means to say, what is owner consultant, right? And probably like I'm giving the answer, probably from like why whom you are working is most important. Because if you're working for owner, or if you're working for an owner consultant, like you have to take care of something. But if you're working for an EPC contractor, or if you're working for a consultant to an EPC contractor, then like means to say your objective has to be something different. After the contract award, like means to say owner doesn't really care about how much money it is needed for somebody to construct it, because he has already ordered the projects at specific projects. After award of this contract, he will try to ensure that we are getting a right quality, the project completion on time, without compromising anything on the safety, reliability. Like this is what the owner's worry is. So if you're working for an owner, or if you're working for an owner consultant, that's probably like the eye which you should have. But if you're working for an EPC contractor, of course, completing the projects on time is important. Of course, meeting the specification is important, but cost, that is most important probably from an EPC. That means you have to optimize, or you have to design your system in such a way that the cost of the project is coming down, because already you have backed the project at some cost. And then probably like means to say, if you're overspending it, the project will be in like I mean say, commercially loss for you. So after bagging the projects, how you're optimizing in each and every equipment or a system, in the sense how you are optimizing the transformer rating, how you are optimizing the diesel generator rating, how you are optimizing the switchgear rating, how you are optimizing your earthing, how you are optimizing your lighting, how you are optimizing your lightning protections. When I say optimization from an EPC contractor perspective, it is minimizing the cost without compromising the specification. So the owner and the EPC contractor will not wear the same glass, and they will not look at the projects with the same lens. What I'm saying is making sense. Just type MS making sense in chat. What I'm talking, if it is making sense, just, and that's the real reason why like you need to understand at the beginning of the project whom you are working with, whom you are working with, right? So I'm just going back, and probably like means to say looking at like means to say the syllabus itself, like that gives a clarity, right? Like this is an edition 3 which we have done last year, and edition 4 which we have done this year, and probably like edition 5 which is expected very soon, right? So this means EPC contract looks at a cost optimization and owner is to quality. I mean, of course, yes, though you're putting the questions in host and panelist, like it means EPC contractor obviously wants to optimize the cost, because how much cost optimization he is doing, that's profit for him. And owner, He has to probably look at the project is completing on time. He has to look at the quality. Say example, that's quite simple. As a owner, when you are buying a house, what you will care about? You will care about the quality. You will care about an on-time delivery. What your means to say contractor of your house will worry about. He will put like means to say that quality materials, that these, etc., etc. He want to minimize the cost and probably like optimize his profit. Right? Am I right or not? So hope you understand the difference. The owner and the EPC contractor will not have the same objective. Owner's objective is quality. Owner's objective is like I mean to say on-time delivery. Owner's objective is the project has to run for a lifetime. The owner's objective is easy maintenance. But like the objective of EPC contractor is minimizing the cost without get caught, or technically putting it without compromising on the specification requirements. That's it. I mean, I guess like though the question is on that, like I mean, say, host and panelists, this is making sense for others also. If that's clear for others as well, just put CC or MS in chat. EPC contractor always subject. Like if you're working for an EPC contractor, you should not talk about a quality. You should not talk about like means to say life or something, etc., etc. Just meeting the specific specification requirements, how you optimize the cost. That's where like it is. All right, cool. So just going forward. So introducing the electrical design, going deep into this brownfield and greenfield projects, how this brownfield and greenfield projects varies in solar plant or in process industries or in the power plants, and like going deeper into means to say different stages. Like I mean to say where to begin. That's most important, and like understanding the scope, understanding the role of electrical engineers, right? And like there are few assignments. This is a kind of a course flow that's probably one particular day's topic, right? Similarly, like means to say that I guess like as a part of my this one also which I have written. Thanks for all the friend request which is coming along the way, and putting comment for a better reach so that it can reach out to more peoples. Cool. So when we talk about it, we need to understand like what are the standards which you're following and what's the softwares which you're buying. Just to give an idea, like I mean, so see, take an equipment transformer, take an equipment transformer. I am talking about two transformers, both have equal rating, equal voltage on the high voltage winding, low voltage winding, equal impedance, equal losses, but they are not equal. Let me repeat my statement. Means to say, I am buying a transformer in IEC standard and I'm buying a transformer in ANSI standard. Their rating in MVA, same, 2 MVA. Their voltage on the high voltage and low voltage winding, same, 11 bar 0.4 kV. Impedance, same, 6 percentage. Right? Like all these parameters are same, but still these two transformers are not same. Ask me why. If you have the answer, just put yes. Like I put the answer in chat. Like if you don't know the answer, ask me why. Just put why. I'll answer it. Like rating is same, voltages is same, impedance is same, frequency is also same. I have missed it. Frequency is also same. Frequency is also same. Right. Because IEC, when we say transformer rating is 2 MVA, both 11 kV winding and a 400 volt winding has only 2 MVA, which means this transformer cannot be loaded to 2 MVA, including losses. The other winding will be able to cater only 2 MVA. So, which means this transformer is capable of loaded only up to say example 1.9 MVA or 1.85 MVA. because the transformer will definitely have a real power loss as well as a reactive power loss. So including real and reactive power loss, what's the apparent power which is reflected on the other winding should not load beyond 2 MVA. That's IEC standard. That's how the rating is defined. When the rating is defined for an IEC, transformer rating means it's an input. What about ANSI? ANSI also defines its rating, but it defines the rating in a different way. What's the load this transformer can handle? That's how this transformer rating is defined. So it means like it's an output, which means including the transformer losses, the the winding which is feeding the input will be able to cater, including losses, maybe a higher power. That means 2 MVA transformer in IEC standard can meet only 1.85 or 1.9 MVA, whereas 2 MVA transformer in ANSI standard can meet 2 MVA load. So which means that the input side it would be 2.1 MVA or 2.15 MVA. So that's how the rating is defined in IEC and ANSI standard. And if you got it, just put got it in chat. If it's something probably IU opener, just put IU opener in chat. Right? So why I'm saying this, because though you have defined all these parameters are equal, everything remains same, but still there is a difference. So why I am saying this, Shiv Shankar, like I am just checking whether I have an ETAP license. Just to put it, yes, I have. I will show you with an example. If you are not aware, just give me a second. I am just connecting the license of ETAP. I will probably uh, just try to open ETAP. Just give me a second. You may ask a question like, means to say, why do we need to talk about all these things? Because uh, what you are designing, this transformer is going to be there for 30 years, 40 years, and it is expected to meet the load. And probably like making one mistake there, probably like everything is gone. So, like I'm using an ETAP software just for an easiness, so that like understand, you can uh, the understand the impact directly. Otherwise, ETAP is really nothing to do with like I mean to say this topic what we are discussing. Let ETAP opens. Let's come back for this. So what I'm saying, why the standard is important, why what's the standard which you're writing is important, because like the standard can completely make a bigger difference in the system. So like what I'm doing, I'm deleting everything, right? So if you're not aware of software, the CTAP, that is absolutely fine, no problem. So I'm talking about project standards. I am keeping it IEC 50 Hertz transformer. I kept it IEC 50 Hertz transformer. I'm just putting same thing which I have talked about. 11 bar 0.4 kV to MVA transformer. 11 bar 0.4 kV to MVA transformer. I'm putting percentage Z is like 6 and X by R is also 6. Delta star solidly grounded systems and connecting the grid. I'm done. I'm putting a load. I'm putting a load of 1 point. I'm just keeping power factor of 80. I'm keeping like 1.9 MVA load. Right. I am probably repeating this with an ANSI standard. Just change the standard, nothing else. Frequency still remains 50 Hertz. Of course, you can see the difference in the symbol itself. Eleven kV, 0.4, 2 MVA, impedance 6%, X by R ratio 6%, putting a lump load of 2 MVA, keeping the power factor remain same. Yes, like 1.9 MVA is what I have done. So lump 2, which you need to delete it. Right? Everything remains same. Let me run load flow. So here it's very clear. Here it is very clear. Means what say here it is very clear. Let's probably display all the parameters. Right. Here the transformer is here the transformer is loading is well within the limit. Right. Like here the transformer loading is well within the limit. So it is in a normal color. Here it has crossed maybe 90% or something. There is an alert. That's the reason why like it is displayed in pink color. Maybe slowly we will increase this rating. Let's put it to kVA and power factor. Slightly increase, then see. Yeah. 1987, right? Still it is less than 2000. But for that itself, it has given like a warning. Let's increase to maybe 1950, 1.95. Let's here also increase to 1.95. Right. 1950, 1950, 2042, 2042. But if you look at here, this is in a red color. The transformer is in a red color. I guess like means to say color visibility is there. The transformer is in red color, which says that this transformer is overloaded. Here, like I mean to say, the transformer is not overloaded, though the power remains same on both the sides. And probably like if you're probably putting an alert marginal, if you remove, then it is very clear. Here the transformer is overloaded, it's in red. Here nothing has happened, it's within the limit. So all the parameters remain same. Even loading on both the sides, everything remains same. If that is clear, just put CC in chat now. I guess like that probably gives detailed understanding of what it is. If it is clear. So what I'm talking about, what is the standard with which you are designing your equipment makes a bigger difference even if you specify all the parameters remain same. I have defined my parameters, transformer. What are the parameters to be defined? Rating, HV voltage, LV voltage, impedance, X by R ratio, winding connections, everything remains same. But like means to say, results are not one and the same. So that's pretty much why the standard is important, and software is equally important. What are the softwares which you're using for lighting? What's the software which you're using for earthing? What's the software which you're using for lightning protection? What's the software which you're using for voltage drop calculations in the cable? Right? Like it is most important. Just to probably pick it up, maybe another assignment, right? Let's come back for this assignments as a part of the same, right? So I'm just randomly picking it up from the batch three. Yes. So it has been assigned to 80 peoples. Of course, only six has probably like means to say submitted. That is for like an SLD. That's not really for the softwares here. That's an assignment four here, right? Softwares required for electrical design. Let's look at this. So list down the softwares for a cable sizing, earthing, lightning, system studies, at least one sizing calculations, layout 2Ds, 3Ds, schematic preparations, BOQ, right? Approved, resubmit requested, like means to say submission due, right? Let's pick it up, maybe one of this assignment, right? So transformer sizing, NGR, NGT sizings, some Excel sheet cable sizings, right? Lighting, lightning, earthing, right? Like so equipment's layout, protection coordination, power system studies, right? Like I mean to say different activities. He has listed the software, but it is important. Like you need to know what activity, what software you're using, and like means to say based on the size of this project, what's the software which you're using will probably vary, right? So moving forward, like you need to understand like means what's the scope of work, what's the master document list, what is the transmittal, what is the communication matrix, why communication matrix is important, because your projects, you are not the only engineer who is working. Means to say customer has multiple departments, owners engineers will have a different departments, EPC contractor will have a different departments, original equipment manufacturers will have a different departments. So means to say when you are probably interacting with other entity, you should have a proper communication matrix of your organization, who is responsible for what. Somebody is responsible for technical, somebody is responsible for like means to say commercial. In the technical, somebody is responsible for civil, somebody is responsible for mechanical, somebody is responsible for electrical, somebody is responsible for instrumentation, and somebody is responsible for a project management, somebody is responsible for a document management, right? And then probably like means to say when you are sending a document, you need to also be make it clear whether this document submission which you are doing it for approval, or is it for just an information. Say example, if I am doing a cable sizing calculation, I need to submit this document for an approval. But like means original equipment manufacturer is probably giving some of the documents. It's only for an informations to the EPC contractor and like means the owner. Maybe general arrangement drawings or probably nameplate of transformer. Definitely that's not for an informations. But like means oil quantity or like means to say oil filtration process, etc. Like if he is giving, that's only for an information. Right? Like so you need to understand what are the documents to be submitted for approval, what are the documents to be submitted for like informations. So what we need to understand from the project perspective is like what is master document list, what are the documents, which documents, drawings, when that needs to be submitted, what's the document number, right? How this documents has to be submitted, whom it has to be distributed, whether it is a soft copy, hard copy, what's the approval process procedure, how many days it will take, and communication matrix. And like I'm say, how to estimate the man hours which is required for any engineering projects, how to estimate the cost, how to prepare the deliverables, how to write a technical query. Like means to say the owners, engineers, or owner cannot probably dictate each and every line items before award of the contract, EPC contract. That means the contract may not have in-depth information of what is to be done. And then probably like EPC contractor is writing a technical query to the owner, like how to write it. And like means to say if original equipment manufacturer is writing the technical query to APC contractor, how to write it. That's on the like means to say technical technical query technical query perspective. right? And then comes the most important thing. Like I mean to say, uh, what is the design philosophy? How to do the like I mean to say, like I will just show you maybe some of the design philosophy. Then probably like means to say that makes some sense. I'll just show you. Just give me a second. Yes. So this is one of the probably like I mean to say design basis report. Design basis report day one, day two, sample design basis report, single line diagram, load list for that projects. Like I mean to say day three, day four, day five, and day six. Why this design basis report is important and why load list is important? Because like means to say if you're not really like I mean to say understanding this design basis report, because that's going to be the bible for this entire projects. So let's probably like look at like what is there in this, just an example, because your single line diagram has to cover, and the design basis report also has to probably like means to say talk about something, just probably just give an idea, right? I guess like I'm just putting this. Just give me a second. Like it is, it's getting opening this document. Yes, this project is on the. Just give me a second, because of some of the confidentiality. Like I am just cutting down something. Yeah, here we go. Right. This is the single line diagram of this project. So here you have like main incomer, right? You have main incomers. You have a switchgear. You have a step down transformer, and like you have a diesel generator, and like means to say you have motors, you have lighting distribution board, power distribution board, power factor correction capacitor panels, maybe some of the distribution boards, right? Like you have multiple things. It's a, like a very simple project, but for that itself, like you can see like there are multiple packages. Metering panel at 15 kV, 15 kV MV switchgear, transformer package, LV switchgear package, diesel generator package, synchronization panel package, motor package, like distribution boards, power factor correction capacitor packages, and stuffs. So this gives you an idea of like means to say what is the electrical design philosophy from the load list, how to prepare the single line diagram, how to prepare the single line diagram, and from the single line diagram how to write probably design philosophy, and how to follow this design philosophy when you are writing and doing a calculations. That's pretty much most important it is. And we are 1 hour 4 minutes up from the beginning of the sessions. If the session is useful so far, just put useful in chat. Session is useful, just put useful in chat. Yeah. All right. So shall I take uh, about 5 minutes to explain like what we offer as a part of this course? Shall I take 5 minutes? If yes, just put number 5 in chat. or how many minutes you want to give it to me for explaining like the details, that number you put it. Cool. Yep. Thanks. So just to talk about this course, I can keep going, but I don't really want to go. I want to come to something most important. So this goes like, I mean, so say we have started with like, I mean, say introduction. We have gone with softwares and standards. We have gone with like master document list, like means to say preparation of MDL, TQ, design philosophy, like then like means to say earthing, sizing calculations, single line diagram, protection, short circuits, MVLV switchgears, motors, starters, instrument transformers, writing the specifications, power transformer, UPS, batteries, capacitor banks, motors, variable frequency drives, cables, technical bit evaluations, like I mean, see, outline of like substation design, layout, cable routings, earthing, lightning, lighting design. That's pretty much this course covers. That's pretty much this course covers. So, but it is just not that. Like I mean, so say what is most important, which we are doing in this course. We are running a course, something called Power Up series or a Mastering series. Since like that course, probably like we cannot go in depth on any of this equipment, we came up with something called Mastering series, and that Mastering series covers that particular equipment in much more detail. So let's look at like means what say. If you are taking a transformer, like what we have covered. So what we have seen here is like a detail engineering, like different topics we have talked about. But in order to give bit more depth onto this equipment, like means to say transformers, types which we are talking, two winding, three winding, multi winding, from the base of winding, phases, single phase, three single phase, two phase, indoor, outdoor applications, construction, like what are the different types, cooling medium, what are the different types, voltage and power. It's like a day session. What are the applications of the transformers? What are the standards? Literally, like equipment IEC 6W076 for a transformer, like we have gone through line by line of the standards and probably inherited. And one of the point which I have talked about rating is probably from the standards. What are the like it is IEC 6W076 part 1 is this, part 2 is this, like this is part 5 and 7, this is part 11, this is converter transformers for variable frequency drives wind turbine generators, writing the specification for a transformer, preparing the data sheet for the transformer, sizing calculation, how to do the sizing calculations for the transformers, doing a technical bit analysis, doing a vendor drawing review, factory acceptance test, site acceptance test. If the transformer fails at site, like how to do the root cause analysis and general topics and like a Q&A sessions. So this detail engineering course, what we are offering consists of two things. One is a regular course on like means the detail engineering, which starts from the scratch and probably like covers everything in overall. And then something called a mastering series where we go depth on that particular equipment to like means to say understand that equipment completely. Just to give an idea, like we have started a mastering transformer last year. Then we have done a mastering cables. Then the third topic we have taken like mastering MV switchgears, and that mastering MV switchgears, which is ongoing, which is ongoing. And probably in future, like we will come up with like I mean to say mastering more equipments like mastering diesel generator, mastering motors, mastering LV switchgears, mastering capacitor banks, mastering variable frequency drives, right? Like mastering earthing, mastering lighting. So means we go depth on it. Like just to give an idea, like this mastering transformer alone, like means for say, just look at maybe one of the course, if you look at like I mean to say mastering transformer, let's look at like I mean to say how this course looks. I will give you a bonus as well, right? So mastering transformer, if you look at mastering transformer alone, right? I guess like means course schedule is there. Like you can probably like means to say access this, right? You can access this link. Look at this is a classes and that has a quiz at like means you can see part one, part two, part three, part five, part seven. As and when it is there, like session notes is there, quiz is there, specification, sizing calculations, sample sizings, right? I guess that probably like look at how many Q&As which we have done. Some of the students report which is there. Let me give you a sample of only mastering transformer as a gift. If you want a gift, just put gift in chat. If you want a gift, just put gift in chat. I will give you a beautiful gift for you. If you want a gift, just put gift in chat. Yes. Just give me a second. I will give you a gift. And this gift is actually not mine. It's one of the participants' report. Gift square. I will give you, don't worry, I will give you gift square. I will give you the gift square. So it's a mastering transformer report. One of the student who has participated and prepared this report, that report is available here, right? Let's, let me, I guess like I need to share the link of the page as a visitor. I will give that. If you're able to, uh, if you're able to get it, just can you try this gift? If you're able to get this gift, just put, got it in chat. Like what you need to do is just you have to go and probably like enroll the course. Mastering transformer report is there. Let's see like I mean so say what is there in this report. If you're able to view that, just put got it in chat. If you're able to got it, just put got it in chat. Okay, that's great. So that GIF, what you will see here is something like this. The gift what you will see here that is there in the second one, mastering transformer report. It is not prepared by me. It is one of the participant who has attended this session has prepared it. I guess like his name is also will be there. Yes. And his contact number is also there. It's not my credit, right? It's one of the participant who has prepared it. Right. Right. He has prepared, like he has just watched the recording sessions. In fact, he is not live participant. He has watched the recording of the sessions. That is his notes. Right. You will be able to get, like we will be able to watch this entire report, but this will have access only for 3 days. So ensure that like means to say, if you want to learn something, like means to say, go through this. Yes. And probably somebody has asked the second gift. Let me give some cable report. Then that probably like the second gift. And with that cable, okay, we don't have a gift actually. Let me check. No. What else I can give it as a gift? I'm just looking at like what else I can give a gift related to this. Table sizing calculation, sometimes I have given. Okay, I will probably give you a gift once. Probably like means to say, cable, I will give you a gift. Okay, I will give you a gift actually. but that's probably on a conditional basis, right? Because I probably couldn't trace it at the moment. So what I'm doing, I will do only one simple thing. I will just do only one simple thing. Uh, I will just ask, like I mean to say, uh, you will be able to view this. You will not really be able to download that, right? So I will give you the gift of cables, similar report for prepared for a, like I mean to say, this one. Uh, what is your key takeaway in today free masterclass? I'm I'm putting the same image. If you have missed the masterclass, do not miss upcoming week sessions, upcoming weeks at 7 p.m. India time. And I'm not really sure whether you might be aware or not. So we have every every Sunday 7 p.m. we have a free webinar. So just click on this link, you will get it. I'm just putting that link. I'm just putting that link. Just give me a second. Yes, that's pretty much share your share your today's learnings to this post, and like you will get the gift of cable report. That's my promise. At the moment, I couldn't probably like I mean to say collect it. Put up what is your today's learning. Put up what is your today's learning. This cable document, not as an access, as a downloadable document. Our team will probably share it with you. Just comment on it. You will get this cables report, like how you have seen mastering transformers. You will get like mastering cables. Only thing, like you have to put up like what is key takeaway for you in this class to this post in the comment, and ensure that like you have reaching out to this guy. Please do not disturb me. I may not probably see all the messages. Reach out to Manoj. He will be happy to help you on probably giving this gift. That's pretty much from me today. Catch up, Manoj, right, on the technical part. And if you ask me, like, means to say how much this entire course of this, etc., including a boot camp, will cost you, maybe my team can probably put up, like, means to say details in the chat. In case if you want to probably pick it up this course, it's a 100-hour live session that's talking about only the course, and probably like each and every equipments. Like as I told, like two equipments we have completed, each equipment approximately 40 hours. And we are going to come up with multiple more equipments. And maybe this complete mastering series, which is free, boot camp, which is free. I will show you something, right? This entire mastering series, which is complimentary, you will get it. Mastering series, like at the moment, at least mastering cables, mastering transformers, mastering MV switchgears, and there are many more upcoming mastering series, like which is I told motors, diesel generators, LV switchgears, capacitor banks, variable frequency drives, solar inverters, right? Like there are so many mastering series which is yet to come, and like I mean to say, if you look at what you will get it, you will get all the previous recordings, all the previous recordings, all the previous recordings, and upcoming live, upcoming course recording of edition 5. right? Edition 1, 2, 3, 4, you will get the recordings. Edition mastering MV switches, cables, transformers, you will get the recordings. Upcoming all mastering series, you will get it. Upcoming detail engineering edition 5, which starts in December, which you will get it. In addition to that, we have something called the boot camp, which we do every year from Christmas to New Year, which you will get it. And then probably, like I mean to say, you have the brooch which has been shared by Priya, detail engineering brooch, right? Priya has shared it. Priya has shared the form. Like Priya, you can probably put up your contact number also, so that like means to say they can probably reach out to you. So uh like Priya has shared the detailed design approach, like means to say, along with the topics and stuffs. She has shared the registration form. She has shared the contact numbers in case if you are probably really looking at, you can probably like means to say join for it. All right, I am done for the day. And if there is any questions, I'm happy to take it. So, yep. See, meantime, if the session is useful, put useful in chat. And in the meantime, like if you have any questions, clarifications, I'm happy to take the questions. And of course, if you want a certificate, we have to wait for other 5 more minutes. Manoj will share the link. But if you have any questions, if it is useful, put useful. If you have any questions, PDFs not able to be view, please reach out to Manoj. Please reach out to Manoj. Like look at my post, reach out to Manoj. Manoj will help you in LinkedIn. If you have any difficulty in accessing the recording of the transformer report which I have shared, or like means to say, if you have any difficulty in the gift, please reach out to Manoj. So, like I mean to say, type out like what is your key takeaway in today's session. That's most important to collect the second gift, which is right. All right, let me pick it up. The questions. Is there any certificate for the attendance for the masterclass? Definitely yes, Stephen. Can I have Manoj email address? Maybe Manoj, you can put it. Manoj has said his contact number also. Useful, it aligns more or less to the French way of addressing detailed design of a PV plant with all calculations, notes, documents, registry, transmittal, and SLD, as well as tendering documents for procurements. That's great. Your reactive power compensation core is not very clear. Okay. So, what is your questions? I guess as a part of that course, you will be able to type out like what are the doubts or clarifications which you have. In case my reactive power course compensation is not really so clear, I strongly recommend you to watch a beautiful video on our YouTube, right? Power factor correction part 1. That's my suggestion. If reactive power compensation video is not so clear, watch this power factor correction part 1, like the link which I have shared. Right, Manoj has shared his email ID. Is detail engineering a prerequisite to enroll in ETAP course? Answer is no, Saurabh. ETAP is completely different. Detail engineering is completely different. So ETAP is independent. That's for power system studies. Detail engineering is more of an engineering. All right. Girish Kumar, I am already enrolled on this PSA ETAP. That's great. Thank you so much. Of course, I guess like all the people those who have enrolled definitely will get all these benefits. In case if there is anything missed out, reach out to whom you have coordinated with, or probably our uh, customer experience team, maybe Malati or Maheshwari. They will be happy to help you. All right. I am done for the day, Manoj. If you are able to share this certificate link. We can probably conclude with that. Manoj, I'm not really sure whether you have already shared it. Yeah, I guess like you have shared it already. Can you just put it up once again? Your certificate is ready. So thank you for attending this webinar. So download your certificate in the given link what Manoj has said it. Manoj, can you do it once again? Because I couldn't probably, I have to probably go up to trace it. Yes, here we go. Your certificate is ready. Priya has said it. So that's the link. Download the certificate. If you feel it is difficult to put up your learnings for the chat, like the LinkedIn comment which I have given, put up the certificate in LinkedIn and then probably tag Manoj. He will share you the gift. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And like always, I say this the best gift which you can give it to others in your life is your time. Sunday, 7 p.m. India time to 8:30 p.m. India time. 90 minutes, you could have done quite a lot of things with your family, friends. So thank you so much for trusting us. And we will be happy to always come back every Sunday at 7 p.m. India time and add more value too. See you all. Have a great day.